Hi, hello, and welcome to yet another episode of Allyship Diaries podcast powered by the DEI Sutherland team. And thank you so much, Prabhu, for joining this podcast. So, we have a wonderful guest today who is a champion of DEI. So, before even introducing our guest, I just want to just start with what we are actually doing. So, in terms of Allyship Diaries, we interview champions of disabilities, whether they can be themselves champions or the allies standing with them, right? Like whether they're what kind of support they're doing and all those things. So in that case, I have Mr. Prabhu, Senior Director, Hyderabad. Hello, Prabhu. How are you?
Hi, Aziz.
Hi, hi.
Thank
Good to
you.
meet you. So, though we know personally, I just want to bring this to the table so that everyone knows and then get inspired, right? So, before that, I just want to introduce myself. My name is Azeesh Rahman, and I'm a 100% visual impaired person. And I finished my studies at IIT Madras, one of the premium institutions in India. So, yeah, that's about me, and then we'll directly go to Prabhu. So, Prabhu, I just want to know where this disability came into your mind, like because you yourself is not one among us. So, where it came, like where you encountered it first.
I started working with NGOs and volunteering organizations a long time ago.
Hmm.
It was something I really found fulfilling when I'm not at work. It was mostly outside. But when I was in Cochin and Sutherland, we worked with Puzhiyugam, which was to enable children from rural areas to be more empowered and help them get employment. That inspired me to get into more activities thereon. And when I came to Hyderabad, I met up with our DEI team, and that is how I got involved in hiring people with disabilities.
Got it. So, while hiring persons with disabilities, are you like, did you find it so easy, or what were your initial challenges? I wouldn't say challenges, maybe learnings, kind of a thing.
Initially, what was there was like a fear of, would this be successful? Are we able, will we really be able to train them? Will they have the capability? So there was a lot of doubt and fear, and that was there because you don't have any experience doing it, right?
Yeah.
You don't get trained anywhere on how to hire people with disabilities. There is no training module for it, or there is
Correct.
no practical. It's always after doing only. So with the batch that I got involved, initially while we were all excited, within the day one, our impression changed. They were more active, they were very enthusiastic, and it just felt, why were we so afraid in the beginning? It kind of changed that entire perspective, and all of the candidates were very engaging and very interested in giving their 100%, and it was a very successful batch. So once you experience that one set of people, it kind of opens you to anything. I mean, you kind of get that confidence that it is possible to do, and that is how what I would say. So everybody out there should give it a try. Take that chance with
Sure.
somebody, give it a try, and make that effort. And that's how the journey begins. There is no specific
Absolutely.
mantra behind it on exactly how to do it, or this is exactly what you got to do. But consulting with people who've done it in their programs,
Yeah.
it kind of helps you feel more encouraged to do it, and that others have done it as well. So there is support within Sutherland, and I think that's the right place to start.
Nice. So, absolutely, whatever you said is like we have to just give it a try first. But I just want to bring some numbers. Can you give me like how many people are onboarded and what types of disabilities that they are working? Tell me about our colleagues.
I have, over the last 18 months is when we, involved in hiring people with disabilities. Initially, we did an entire batch with different kind of disabilities. Most of them were locomotive disability.
Okay.
In total, we have about 12 employees in our program who have different disabilities. Recently, we had one with CP, which is cerebral palsy.
I'll see.
He almost his left side is kind of paralyzed, but he
Yeah.
still is able to carry himself, come to work, do things. So it's all different kind of locomotive disability. We are working with an NGO to start looking at uh, people from blind and deaf community,
Mm.
and my team is preparing to do that.
Yeah, so I'm really happy to know that other disabilities are also touched upon, especially persons with visual impairment and deaf community. I'm so happy. So from the leadership angle, I just want to ask one question, and then we can go for the other things. So one is the determination is there. I want to do something. I want to hire persons with disabilities. I have the determination. I have the resource. I have the support. What should I do? Like first, shall I like where I can come and observe? Like, can you give me some tips on like in terms of leadership angle? So I'm a leader who want to do this.
See, there is no I, I want to do this. I am determined. It is a we, it is a team. So
Got it.
it's very important to sensitize everybody in our team to be part of this and equally involved because, see, I'm just a leader making the decision, but on a day-to-day basis, it's a team manager, it is a QA, it is a
Absolutely.
trainer, uh, coaches, SMEs, they are the ones who interact with these employees on a daily basis. So their commitment and their willingness to accommodate this and be present, be involved is very important. So there are what we did is, kind of do sensitization training, talk to them about what are the various types of disabilities there in our society and give them some examples of where these folks are working and what they're doing, some used cases, and build that enthusiasm with everybody in your team first, and
Sure.
then bring in folks. Also, initially on a day one when you have folks with blindness, it could be you wouldn't know how to communicate with them, and for example, when you speak, they look at you.
Yeah.
From where the sound is coming is how they look at you, and how to give them directions. Those
Got it.
kind of things we have to practice. We have to educate our support staff, and then where do you start is with especially folks with who are coming from the blind community. You need to check if your applications are accessible. So
Accessible.
a digital accessibility test is very important. We also need to check if our production floor accessibility is proper, so that folks coming in do not have any obstruction. So our admin teams help us with that. So there is all the help available in Sutherland. It's just that you need to reach out, coordinate, and put a plan together to do it. So I would say that is the right place to start. Like, reach out to different teams and
Super.
find out what and all they need to do before commencing hiring.
Super. So just a summary. The first one is it's not I, it's we. So we have to involve everyone. And second thing is in terms of approach and learning. So we have to be ready to learn. And third thing is digital accessibility and floor level accessibility. And the fourth one is right teams. Involving right teams. So thank you so much,
Yes.
Prabhu. So I have a last question for you, which is can you give me some success stories? See, I'm a person who don't believe in terms of like one story is interpretation of the entire community, because in everything there will be a good performer, there will be a bad performer. So but in terms of appointing or hiring a person with the different disabilities, there will be some success stories. So I just want to know one or two stories from your side, so that that will be more interesting.
We have, sure. When we hired in the group with locomotive disability, we had one employee with dwarfism. So his hands or fingers are not long enough to actually be fast on the keyboard. So we did check with him that would you need a different kind of a keyboard so that it's more comfortable? But he said, no, I will manage with this. And 4 weeks into the nesting phase, I heard from the trainer that his he's taking a long time. His speed is not up to the mark. AHT is not great. But then when I looked at the historical numbers for batches we've hired, In every batch, you have 2 to 3 people who take a little longer time to learn than everybody else. Some people do it in 3, 4 weeks, and some people take 6 to 7 weeks. So I told my team that, give him time, give him 6 to 7 weeks time. It's okay. Encourage him, support him, and let's see. So, but in 3 months' time, he was in office to receive the top performer award for his team. He
Wow.
was, and consecutively many
So
months
good.
he's on that top performer. And you feel, and then when I looked at the trainer that day when this employee was walking in, and the trainer was really impressed because there was this pride and joy from them that I was part of this person's success journey, was also very important. The same thing happened with my employee with CP, with cerebral palsy, right? He almost types with like 1 or 2 fingers. But
Mm.
then I have seen many people who have all the fingers and still use only one finger to type. So, and there also we had the concern that he will not be able to meet some of the metrics. He's slow. But then in 3 weeks' time, when we pulled, the batch was 12 headcount. And when we pull the numbers, he's at par with everybody else. There was nothing different. So, and he's doing really well. And when I spoke to the QA and I said, we do customer support, right? We do a chat customer
Yeah.
support, and most customers don't wait too long to get a response. They need a immediate response. Like they have very little
Yes.
patience. So I asked the QA, is there an impact on the customer experience? And the QA said, no, there isn't. I mean, he's giving complete answers. He's very, very human and very, engaged with the customer. There are barely any errors. We are not able to find anything. If there are any negative surveys coming from the customer, that is for the product or the process, which they don't like. But from a uh, customer service agent point of view, he's able to provide excellent experience, and his responses are very good. So he's doing really well. It's been 3 months, and we had a graduation party, and I was hesitant. I mean, I told my account managers, would he be able to join, because for him even walking is not that very easy, right? He
Yeah.
needs
Yeah.
support with somebody to walk. But he came with us out for a party, and I saw him dancing with my account manager, or at least trying to
Wow.
dance. He was very sportive. I think that's really good, and I'm hoping to see many more success stories like that in my program.
Okay, so thank you so much, Prabhu, for sharing this wonderful story. See, for me, who is sitting here and taking interviews and all these things, even for me, it's very very inspiring, and I hope for the audience who are all watching the episode will also find it so inspiring, and then they also wanted to do. So, in case if the audience wanted to nominate or they wanted to share their stories, you can contact the inclusion and belonging team definitely, and we will feature your episode in terms of the next section. And thanks, Prabhu. Thanks for joining the episode. I hope this was interactive and energetic as per your plan. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.